Hello, and welcome back to the Spoilercast, the show where we talk about movies and we don't care about spoiling them. My name is Tobias, and with me as always is my sister and trusted co-host, Rebecca.
Hello.
Hello. And this is our, I guess, official first Christmas episode.
For the year.
For the year, yeah. Technically, last week was the first episode in December, but we still had some ape stuff to do.
Yes.
So today we're doing a Christmas movie, sort of. It's a new one. It's in the tradition of Christmas action movies, a la Die Hard and I guess Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is a Christmas action movie. Yeah. We're talking about the new John Woo movie, Silent Night. Ooh.
I wanted to start singing Silent Night, but then I didn't. I don't know what happened.
Oh, by the way, Rebecca.
Yes.
Are you sure you're recording into your microphone? Because
the sound is
when
off.
you're talking to me, it sounds like you're talking through your webcam.
Microphone. Yeti Classic.
Alright.
Might be.
Then it's just on Discord.
Yeah.
Anyway. We just came back.
That should be better.
Much better, yes, thank you. We just came back, actually, from watching Silent Night.
In theaters, yes.
Yeah, and then like an hour ago? Yeah, sort of.
Sort of.
So it's still very fresh, and I'm kind of torn, honestly. But we'll do this the old classic way.
Yes.
I'll just ask you, what did you think of Silent Night?
It was fine. It made me think of like 10 different movies for some reason.
Yeah?
That we've partially talked about this year, and then some we've talked about last year, I think, or earlier. I mean, it made me think of No One Can Save You, or whatever it's called, because the no speaking.
The silence. Yeah.
It made me think
I gotta say, right off the way, sorry for interrupting. This one did it much better.
Oh yes, definitely.
The whole no speaking thing.
That's why I started thinking about that movie, because like, but this one did it better.
Yeah, here it actually works.
Exactly. There's a proper reason for it. Anyway, it made me think of that. Is it? Oh no, I keep forgetting what it's called. The Heist, the Tower, It's an Asian movie that you really like, where he's just
this year.
No, that's probably it's an old movie.
Oh. Yeah. You mean The Raid?
The Raid, that's the one.
Yeah.
The Heist, the Tower, you know what I mean.
It has a bit of a raid towards the end.
Yeah,
raid vibe.
Raid / I guess Judge Dredd, the new one, I suppose, a little bit. The newer one, I should say.
The newer one.
It's not new anymore.
So it's 10 years old at this point. 11 years old.
It also somehow made me think of one of those, I think it's Jason Statham movie where he has a ticking clock in his chest for some reason.
Crank?
Yeah, I don't know why it made me think of that. He has a poison
in his blood.
Oh, it's poison. That's
he has
the
to
one.
keep his heart pumping,
right?
Adrenaline pumping, otherwise his heart stops.
Right, that's the one. I don't know why though, because this had this really went slow. But I think it's the intro that kind of made me think of it, because it felt so weird and rushed and hectic.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
There were some John Wick moments. There were some, I don't know, there was a lot of influences in this
There were some Taken moments.
Yes,
I mean, this is basically Taken with a twist.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one thing that really bothered me, though, is that it felt like it started smack dab in the middle, and then had the mid-low point, after 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Or the second act low point. What is it called? Yeah.
Yeah, second act low point, yeah.
That
which
came
10
minutes in or something?
Yeah. Yeah, the structure is interesting, I'll say.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I want to talk about. But I also want to say, that kind of gave me, which I didn't really think of at the time, but now thinking of it, kind of gave me remember the first Deadpool movie?
Oh, yeah.
How it starts with the scene on the bridge.
Right.
And then there's so many flashbacks. So, 40 minutes into the movie, we're still at that first fight on the bridge.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
But these flashbacks in this one, weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a bit it was a bit all over the place, a bit messy, and it just kept getting like, oh, vibes from that movie. I couldn't really I don't think I appreciated the movie for itself because of that. But perhaps it's a sign that the movie wasn't that good, really, that it made me think of all the other movies. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah. Like you said, it's very fresh, but I'm not super sold. I don't think this is going to be like a Christmas classic or anything, or in general something I'll rewatch a lot.
No,
to be honest.
I'll say that before I give my opinion. This is not going into my rotation.
No.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
But yes, please elaborate. What did you think of it?
Well, I thought it was okay. Yeah. I gave it a 6 out of 10. That might actually come down to 5 out of 10. It wasn't bad. I really enjoyed the fact that it tried to do something different. Like, obviously, yes, a lot of influences, but I mean, it's an action movie. Like, there's only so many ways you can do the I'm angry guy and I'm gonna kill everyone. Like,
sure.
Yeah. Wife is gonna die, son is gonna die, someone's
needs
kidnapped.
To die, yeah.
Yeah, there's a revenge element. I gotta gear up for the final fight. You know, it's all there because, you know, that's it's John Wick.
Basically,
yeah.
We've said that before. Like, every other action movie after John Wick is gonna feel a little bit like John Wick, because it's top tier, so you're always gonna compare them.
Yeah, and John Wick felt like every action movie before that.
Sure,
like,
it just made it.
It just fucking did it with laser perfection, precision.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I thought it was really cool. I was wondering, because, well, this is Spoilercast, so whatever. So. Yeah. And I mean, there's not really much to spoil in terms of, plot.
No.
Guess what? He goes after the bad guy. Guess what? He kills the bad guy.
Exactly.
Spoilers. But the movie starts without, dialogue. We know from the trailer that he gets, his son gets killed in a drive-by gang war thing.
Yeah.
It's a stray bullet. And he gets hit in the throat, so he can't speak. That's why it's the Silent Night.
Which I did not connect.
Oh, okay. So the movie it starts before he has lost the ability to talk. But we don't hear him speak anyway. It's mid action. It's just after his son is killed. He's running after the cars, basically. You have the scene from the trailer where he hits the car with the iron pipe, so it smacks into the wall. And I was like, oh man, they're gonna do they're gonna start the movie without dialogue. Let's see how long they can do this.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Can they break 10 minutes? Oh my god. Oh, now he's hurt. Oh, he's in the hospital. So now it's more of so now they can really go for it because now he doesn't have a voice anymore. And after 20 minutes, when he comes home, he starts neglecting his wife. And I mean, technically, yes, she says I don't know what to do, or she cries don't
know how to help you.
Yeah. There is dialogue, yes, but it's always muffled, or you hear it over a radio.
Yes, it's never
or it's
to
maybe
him.
One word, or someone's yelling "Mataro" because they're going after him.
It's never properly a dialogue to him in clear mindset.
People
all of
never
that stuff.
Talk to each other.
No.
Yeah.
A lot of texts.
Yes, there's some. They work around it with texting, which I think is fine.
Yeah.
But then it just goes on and on and on, and then the movie's over and zero dialogue, basically, which is I think that's cool. Yeah. He never says anything.
He makes a few noises.
He mouths "help me" once.
Yes.
That's it.
And he cries and screams at one point. That's about it.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool to really then you have to focus on facial expressions, acting, not just talking.
Yeah.
To convey feelings and progress the story, which sometimes felt a little contrived.
Yes.
But I mean, they still did it for 100 minutes.
Yes.
Which is A for effort.
Definitely.
Same thing with the cinematography. Lots of long takes, obviously faked long takes.
Sure.
You could clearly see the digital wipes and stuff. But
again, A for effort.
A for effort. And I like that they tried to do something different, like visually different.
Yeah.
However, sometimes that failed.
Yes.
And the movie looks awkward and flat as hell sometimes.
Yeah.
The scene where he goes into, there's this random, like, gang war going on in what looks like a Call of Duty multiplayer map.
Mm-hmm.
When there's just bombed out buildings and, like, you see, like, two gangs on either side of a street.
I'm assuming it's more of, like, a construction site, but yeah, it looks kind of bombed out. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't play modern games, but it looked like, if you remember the map from Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare, the Cargo.
Yeah.
There's just a bunch of cargo containers and, like, concrete buildings, you know.
Yeah, like parking garages that weren't finished or have been bombed, yeah.
And no one's running around, there's no dialogue, it's just people, like, ducking, shooting.
Yeah, they're in their spots.
Looking out behind pillars, like, it's just like, it looked it looked very staged. It looked fake.
And it looked very contained because of it.
Yeah.
We, like,
it's like, why are they just shooting at each other? This doesn't feel real. And then he just drives in there and starts shooting them.
Yeah.
And there was stuff like that felt off. And that's also, you know, part of the structure, because he sets out, obviously, to, like, his goal is to kill them all by December 2022. This obviously movie that should have come out last year, then, I suppose.
Yeah.
Which they could have just changed, like, digitally, just changed the number, but they didn't. I don't know why. It doesn't really matter, but
they didn't want to spend money on that.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, you could have done it for like $10 on a laptop, but whatever.
There were quite a few shots of the 2022, though.
Yeah, sure. Anyway.
Maybe they didn't care. They were like, no, fuck it.
No, I guess it doesn't matter. It was just something I noticed, like, yeah, the incident happens Christmas Eve 2021.
Yeah.
The movie ends on Christmas Eve 2022.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why didn't just 2023? Oh, whatever. Something like, nitpick,
yeah.
But then you think, like, the structure should be then, oh, he's sad, so he's drinking, you know, he neglects his wife to the point where she moves out.
She leaves him, yeah.
She leaves, but still cares about him because she texts.
Yeah, but she needs to, like, have her own space because she can't look at him. It breaks her heart or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, standard.
He then gets, you know, angry, like, I have to do something about this because the cops aren't doing anything about this. I'm gonna find them myself and I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna have revenge for my son and my voice, I suppose.
Yeah. I don't know if he cares about that part.
No, and we get that. But there's no gradual. I mean, we have like a sort of a montage where he trains, yes. He gets better at shooting, he trains to work with knives and close quarters combat and stuff like that.
We need to talk about that specifically later.
He takes some pictures, tries to figure out who was involved and stuff like that. But then it all culminates in him like kidnapping one guy. So we have one fight scene with him where he tries like, tell me everything about your organization. Okay. This one guy just knows everything, I suppose.
Well, he's the money guy, so...
he's the money guy, so he knows everything. Yeah, okay. Okay, fine. And then the day after, this is literally December 23rd, he's like, well, no, November. That is November.
Yeah, that is November.
Sure. And then he's like, oh, now it's Christmas Eve, I'm just gonna go kill everyone. And he kills like 10 guys.
Yeah.
It like, once again... Maybe they want to do something different with the structure, but the obvious way to do this is that he is, you know, he's angry, so he's back from the hospital, you know, he's drinking, his wife has left him, he's lost everything at this point, so he's just angry, he's at a bar, he's the bartender like, get the hell out of here, you're drunk,
yeah,
don't ever come back here screaming about your dead son, you fucking weirdo, and he stumbles out, and he walks into one of the guys from the incident. He's like, you! And the guy's like, hey, fool, get away from me. And he just snaps and kills him.
Yeah.
And that's when he's like, oh, that's what I have to do because it feels good. It's not a good thing to do, but it feels good.
Yeah,
revenge feels good.
Revenge, yeah.
Yeah. And that's when he starts plotting. And methodically, one by one, he finds all of them, and kills them. And as he's doing this... of course, the boss guy, Webface, as they call him in this movie.
Yes.
He's like, this fucking gringo is killing all our guys. We gotta fucking get him. So they go after his wife, and he's like, ah! He has to save his estranged wife. And then there's after he's killed like 4 or 5 of the 10 guys that were involved, there's this final showdown where he saves his wife. They drive away and they square off in the building where they have their drug lab or whatever.
Yeah.
But instead, it's just him going to a random bar, killing 2 guys who robbed a couple, then going over to a gang war that's happening. Just a perpetual gang war. It's over there.
Yeah.
Go to the gang war place. And he kills a couple of people there. Then all of a sudden everyone goes back to the house because Webface says, everybody back to the base, basically.
Yeah, because
And then 4 cars go there. That shouldn't be more than 4 cars. And then
that we see, though.
Sure, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then, like, he drives in there, kills 10, 15 guys in the best action scene in the movie.
Yes.
Really cool action scene. And then, he just comes up there, shoots the guy.
Basically.
And then it's over.
Yes, it's a very anticlimactic ending.
Super anticlimactic, and there's no, like, ramping up, really. Except, I guess we have the biggest action scene in the end. But then the final fight, where he's supposed to, like, have this, like...
final boss
emotional
fight.
Release, yeah. And he's like, I'm glad I killed your kid, puta, And he's like, he can't speak, of course, but whatever. No, they never speak to each other. And that's where you could have used some dialogue there.
Yes. Because now it just kind of feels like, it's almost like Brian.
Joel Kinnaman.
Yes, Joel Kinnaman. He's like he doesn't care who he kills, really. He just wants to kill anyone who's a criminal or whatever.
Yeah.
Because we don't never really get the feeling that he's after this main guy, Playa is actually his name, I think.
No, it says in the credits, it said like Webface's second in command. So I just thought they call him Webface as well. I don't know.
No, I think in the texting you can see that his name is Playa.
Oh, okay.
And I think he has it tattooed somewhere. Same with Ruiz. He has it tattooed over his eyebrow, so he's Ruiz. By the way, the good Godlock that we wondered what it was.
Yeah, what is Godlock?
In the credit or in the cast list here, that's Brian's last name. Oh, but it wasn't the kid's last name.
No, right.
It said something else. I don't know. And his wife doesn't have a last name.
She's just wife.
And they have someone credited as Double Godlock. I don't know who that is.
What?
I don't know if the cast list is correct yet, because it's quite a new movie. So maybe no one's updated it perfectly.
I don't know, yeah.
Because there's also, like, only 5, 6, 7, 8, like 9 people in total credited. None of the gang members, really.
Well, I mean, they're not really characters.
No, but, like, I mean, they should at least be casted as, like, gang member number 1,
I suppose.
They're not even in, like, uncredited. There's nothing. This movie in general is, I don't know. It's the montage. We need to talk about the montage, because that's the one thing that felt, kind of different from a lot of other movies that have montages.
Yeah.
Because it went on for a very long time. It's even divided, technically.
It's not really it's because it's several scenes, so it's not really a montage.
It's like we have one montage, and then we have something happen, and then we have another montage. We don't get the classic sort of, like going from bad to strong to perfect.
No, that's like the entire second act. Almost.
Instead, we had like him going from injured and hurt to still kind of terrible at everything. And then pause. I'm going to go take some pictures. And then I'm going to train some more. And then all of a sudden he's almost perfect.
Yeah.
Luckily, though, he does get hurt throughout the rest of the movie constantly. Yeah. Thank God for that.
He's not like perfect. And
some
of
the shootouts are, he's not getting hit enough. Especially the one with the car when he's just circling around. He never gets hurt in that
one. Yeah.
Everyone else does. Which is weird. He should have had, like, at least a scratch or something. I don't know.
Well, we do see when he sits down by that fire, we see him bleeding from the arm, so he did get hit at some point. Oh, yeah,
that's true.
But yeah, it's not. It's a scratch. He doesn't even care about it. He's like, what? Blood? Huh? And then it's never mentioned again.
No, and the limp he has is from when he got stabbed in the leg earlier, so it's not from that, really.
No.
And then we get and then he's perfect killing machine almost, but he still gets hit. He's wearing a body armor, which is good because it.
Yeah, he does get shot 4 times in the chest and falls down a set of stairs.
Which, weirdly enough, the cop doesn't wear a chest plate.
Yeah, but I guess he's off duty, so he didn't care about it.
He knows he's walking into a gang member hideout thing.
Yeah.
He should have put on a vest, like, dumbass. But we don't get to know enough about him to, like, care.
No, he's not really a character.
Get to know enough about him to even, like, go, oh, he's not even a good cop or anything. Like,
once again, that's where dialogue could have helped, because even if he's only in, like, 4 scenes, they could have just given him some exposition, like, I'm trying to find the guys responsible, but you don't understand, like, it's a whole network of bad guys.
Yeah, like,
I'm just one man.
Said something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He could have tried to defend, his lack of action to Brian.
Yeah. Other characters could have had dialogue. I think so. They could have done it sparsely or whatever, minimalist. But a little bit of dialogue here and there would have helped.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Like we mentioned in No One Can Save You, like, other people seemed, I don't remember if they talked, but they had clear motives, at least.
Yeah.
And that helped a little bit. Even though that movie had lots of other flaws with the lack of dialogue. Check out that episode if you're curious what we're talking about. But yeah, we would have needed, like, a little bit more than just the wife going, tell me how, or I don't know how, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, even when she was looking for her key, she could have, like, tried to call his name first and then texted him because he's not reacting. Or something, like, just to add a little bit dimension almost.
Yeah. And then, like, the second big problem is the pacing.
Yeah.
Like you said, you looked at your watch and it had almost been an hour. Well,
no, it had almost been 40 minutes. And I was like,
40 minutes.
It's an hour left. Where are we in this movie?
Yeah, and it hadn't really started. He was still, like, mourning. And I was like, at that point, I was like, oh, I appreciate that they actually take time for him to, like, feel bad,
Yeah.
Build up the emotional stakes. But then after that, it went on for a little while more.
Yeah.
And, like we said, there was not this, it was always like, he, like, made up a plan, like, I'm going to do this. It was not this, there was never these emotional bursts of violence, which you usually see in a movie like this. And once again, good for them for doing something different, but we've talked about this, a formula works.
Yeah.
Because it works. It's tried and tested. Yeah.
It didn't feel like the human reaction, really, because he went from the hospital, home, drinking, and then all of a sudden, when his wife leaves, he just cleans up.
Yeah. Well, he cleans up before that.
No, does he?
Yes, there's, like, months of him working out and doing stuff before she leaves.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But why does she leave then, all of a sudden?
Because he still emotionally
interact
neglectful.
With her, yeah.
Which is another thing.
Sure.
Like, in the end, sure, I like, stoic guys, and, like, obviously this is an old school badass, almost anti-hero character. But at some point, just getting revenge is not enough for a character. There has to be, like, he should have realized, like, I mean, there's the scene where he is having, like, a car chase shootout with gangbangers in the middle of the street, which is just how his son got killed. And I was like,
yeah,
are they ever gonna, like, comment on the fact that he's almost like become the people he hates.
I mean, he's doing the same shit that ended his son's life, so yeah, he should.
No, they never go that route.
No,
like he is completely justified in what he does. They never question the fact that he's becoming like a fucking. I mean, there's the scene where he's strapping on all his guns, and he's putting on the black leather jacket. There's like, this feels like if he was 28 years younger, this would be like a school shooter guy. It feels like. Mm-hmm. It feels like the intro from that video game Hatred, which is it's just about killing civilians.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't seen that?
No.
It's not a good game, but the opening cinematic is so fucking edgy. It's hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll link it to you later.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's more scenes like that. They have like random on the street bullets shooting, not just when they're driving around and it's really reckless, but the first time he actively shoots someone, he's not even looking where he's firing. He's just shooting straight above the car, the roof of the car.
Yeah.
Hoping to hit the dude that's lying on it, which obviously he does, but what's to say one of those bullets didn't fly into a window and hit a child or a mother or something?
There's never a reflection on the violence.
No.
Which
it's just violence begets violence, I guess.
Yeah, but they never that's never even a thing no,
I mean, they don't mention it. It's just violence is fine because he's doing it because of violence, I guess, but they don't talk about it. They should have talked about it.
Yeah, it's very, very one-dimensional that way.
Yeah.
Which works in a movie like John Wick because it is over the top.
Yes.
It is I mean, the fourth one is basically a comedy.
Yeah. Yes. Again, like we mentioned.
Yeah. In our episode, you should check that out, our John Wick 4 episode. This never felt like they were there are some scenes that were obviously don't feel like this is badass.
Sure.
The car flipping over in the beginning because they have the slow motion, or the guy when he falls on the stairs through the glass railing.
Yes.
It's it almost looks like it's CGI, and the camera's all it's a crane shot of him falling down. It's this is awesome. But then the rest of the violence is very real. I mean, obviously it's somewhat heightened because it's John Woo. I mean, the guy knows how to choreograph an action scene.
Sure. But it's still kind of basic. It's still stuff we've seen so many times before.
Yeah, that's not the bad thing though. The bad thing is that they don't reflect on the fact that this is he's not doing a good thing. No,
but that's what I'm saying. If either do the action super extreme, so it's just over the top and we don't really care, like in John Wick, or kind of stop and think about what the fuck is happening.
Yeah,
but they don't do either. So it's just standard run of the mill action, really, and we don't get we don't get any moral, and we don't get really awesome stuff. We get nothing special here.
It ends up somewhere in the middle. Yeah. That's never where you want to be.
No.
Pick a side, god damn it. So yeah, that's a problem. Like we said, the pacing is off.
Yeah.
The structure is off because it's all the flashbacks and stuff. I mean, the movie,
though the flashbacks I can sort of excuse because they're all it's all like he's just fucked in his head when he's thinking back on it. It's not like they're doing actual flashbacks. It's him.
No, it's memories.
Literally remembering moments, which
but I mean,
was fine.
I'd
rather have that than actual flashbacks.
Yeah, sure. But I mean, they are flashbacks. It's
sure.
It's just disguised as memories. But then we literally have when the movie is ending, the bad guy's dead.
Yeah.
The cop and the guy, the dad guy, Silent Night guy.
Brian.
Brian, yeah, sure. He's Silent Night guy.
Yeah.
He's action guy. They lay down on the floor. We don't know if they die, but it's
implied.
Implied,
sort of?
But we don't know, yeah. And they're in the bad guy's lair, and he has some big opulent Christmas decoration stuff. Yeah. He looks up into a Christmas ball, whatever it's called. Bauble, right, yeah. And he sees oh, there's my son. He remembers his son. And then something they hadn't had before that was a quick alternate future scene where he sees his son graduate college or high school. I don't know, school. Where you get, you have a little tassel hat and you get your diploma. Shit. Yeah. And I'm like, what?
Like, why? Where is this from? What is this?
Yeah, that's the only time he, dreams of a future where his son lives. And it's only for 10 seconds, if even that. And then it's back to him. Back to him, frolicking with his son as an 8-year-old or whatever he is. And I was like, okay. And then he, stretches out his hands like, my son. And then, it cuts. It's like, what happened there?
And then cuts to the only, I guess, technically dialogue, but it's not spoken. It's written.
Oh, it's written. Yeah, he wrote a letter. Yeah.
But it explains a little bit, I guess.
And it's basically like, oh, I know,
things haven't been the same since the child died.
There's nothing I can do about it, but I have to at least try.
And I don't care if I die.
Yeah, if I die trying. So this might be the last time you hear from me, wife. Bye. It's like, oh. And yeah, I guess he did kill the guy. But
it's
now
not
the
like
wife is all alone?
Yeah, and it's not like he eventually did it for a good cause. Like, I'm ending gang war in wherever they were.
It's just for revenge.
Yeah.
There's not like...
And if he can't enjoy the revenge, then what's the point?
Yeah, exactly.
It would have been fine if he's at the end going you know what? I've developed my reasoning. It's not just for revenge now. It's to make sure that no other parent will have to go through what I did.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's like, I'm being a hero here. I'm fine with sacrificing my life if it means I'm saving hundreds of children or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, there's no that kind of reflection either. It's just kill.
Yeah, and even revenge can be enough in a simple action movie, but it has to be, it can't for the character it can just be revenge, but there has to be some sort of justice for other characters as well. That is just incidental. That's the whole anti-hero thing. Mm-hmm. I just want to kill my fucking nemesis, and oops, I accidentally saved a school bus full of children, but even though I didn't care because I'm an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Here it's just revenge.
Kid Cudi's character, the cop, he could have been that part if we knew that he survived and his work, then we would have seen that him going back to the station and be like, yes, the worst of the gang members are dead, so we're finally cleaning up the streets here.
And he's like, we should honor this man. But what? You're honoring a vigilante, but he did what none of us could do.
Yeah.
He took action. No,
we don't get that either.
They just lie there. Okay.
We didn't even get the wife feeling like, peace.
It was just like, my son is dead, and now my husband is dead too.
Yeah, it's like, I
don't think she cared about, but now the gangbanger who shot my son is dead as well. She didn't
We
care.
don't even know if she officially knows that.
I guess, yeah.
There's nothing telling us that she got that information in the end.
Yeah.
So...
It's strange, it's weird, and it's a bit awkward.
Yes.
Which I was really hoping for this movie. The trailer was very promising.
Yeah, honestly I wanted more of a Christmas theme as well. If it had kept that fucking reindeer shirt on for the entire movie, that would have been better.
That would have been kind of cool, yeah.
that would have helped, honestly, because then you take it more with a pinch of salt. This is maybe a little bit more funny or something,
There could have been a Christmas miracle, they're squaring off with the bad guy on the roof, and it starts snowing in California. What?
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah, just for fun, but no. It's just,
I don't know, have Christmas. Some random Santa dude running around somewhere, because the bad guy was wearing a silk robe with white fluff on it.
Yeah.
Which I guess was Christmassy, but that's no.
Yeah, it doesn't have the Christmas feeling.
No.
Like I mentioned earlier, I was going to say, Die Hard doesn't really have a Christmas feeling. It's just become a Christmas movie. No, it has Christmas feeling.
Yes.
Because there's he makes Christmas Santa party, jokes, ho, 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 machine gun. It literally, it snows in California in the end of that movie. Mm-hmm. It's paper, but still. It's a Christmas miracle that he saves everyone. Yeah,
you have the whole Christmas party, so there's decorations and shit at least.
And he comes together with his kind of estranged wife.
Yes,
he makes a friend in whatever Carl, whatever his name is, the cop guy. I forget his name. It's a Christmas movie. There's Christmas music. Same thing with Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It has that Christmas feeling, even though it's just accidentally takes place during Christmas. Yeah. But it has a Christmas miracle feeling.
To be honest, kind of like this is really strange to compare it with, but like the holiday has a lot of not Christmas things happening, but it has a lot of the Christmas magic in it.
Yes, exactly.
And then of course it ends on Christmas Eve, but
yeah. That's the only thing. This ends on Christmas Eve. That's it.
Yeah, but we're not, except for the calendars telling us it's supposed to be Christmas Eve, nothing else.
Yeah, we don't see any carolers being shot. We don't see Santa being, caught in crossfire. Nothing like that,
There's no decorations, no nothing. Yeah. Not even like Christmas music on the radio as he's driving, because even the music box that he uses, it's not a Christmas song, is it?
No.
It's just some random lullaby or whatever. I recognize it, but I can't pinpoint it.
There is some Christmas songs, but used very, very sparingly.
Yeah.
Like when he's rolled into the hospital, you hear like a slow version of
Silent Night.
Yes, I think it is.
Yeah, no, it is. And that's because it's Christmas Eve.
2021.
2021. Yeah. And I think they're just alluding to the fact that he will be silent forever. Silent Night,
Yeah.
That is the only Christmas music they're using. I think they use it one more time though, but it's again just a very short bit where you just go, oh, it's Silent Night, and then it's over.
Yeah. He never uses a candy cane to beat someone up.
No.
They don't use, he doesn't stab anyone with an ice, what's it called?
Ice pick?
No, ice thing.
Icicle.
Icicle, right. An icicle. There is no, they run across a hockey rink and, they trip and fall or something. There's nothing Christmas themed in the action.
The only Christmas we do have is, his sweater in the beginning. And then when he comes back from the hospital, we have a dead Christmas tree and some, dusty ornaments.
And that Christmas
which the wife has never,
up, I think.
For a little bit, yeah, because the wife hasn't had, the energy to take it down because it was the last thing they did. At the hospital, yeah. She's been at the hospital. The last thing they did with the kid was he was riding his Christmas present, the bike.
Yeah.
So it kind of, pains her to take it down.
Yeah.
But they do take it down eventually. But they keep the snow globe in the son's room.
Well, sure.
Because they don't remove anything from his room.
No.
Which, classic.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think we could actually, it's a bit of a shorter episode here, but...
That's fine. We've done very long ones recently.
Yeah, recently. So, this was a bit of a letdown. I won't say it's not a bad movie.
No, but
it's
I
expected great movie.
Something else.
It's fine. It's bordering on a disappointment. Well, it is a disappointment.
Yeah, because I had very different expectations.
Yes.
Based on the trailer and the name and the poster.
Yeah. And
it's false advertising almost.
A little bit. And we were talking about this just before the movie started. I mentioned to you that I had this feeling as I was clocking out from work before going to the cinema. I was thinking earlier this year we had Martin Scorsese, an 80 or 81-year-old man who has made one of his most creative and interesting movies of his career in Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yes.
At this the ripe young age of 80 years. And here we have John Woo. Not that he's been gone completely, but he's been gone from Hollywood for a long, long time. And now he's
back. The last movie he did before Silent Night was in 2017. It was Manhunt.
That too. But and he's born in 1946, so that'll make him 73. Yeah, he's also very old, and it's and when you saw the trailer, it's he still got it. He's still John Woo. But then I was thinking just before we sat down, and I said this to you, what if he's just gotten old and this isn't fun at all?
Yeah,
and that wasn't completely true. But this was also not he's back, doing his most creative work yet. No. This was of John Woo by the numbers, which is not a bad thing, but...
No. But there were some, I want to call it like artistic moments that I don't really understand.
Like what?
In the beginning, we both reacted to it, and it was something about like zooming into, was it the eyes of someone?
Yeah. The wife.
Yeah, the very strange, like... hospital. Yeah.
And stuff like that, it's part of his style. He is...
I don't remember that being his style, that's the thing. But maybe I don't remember, like, when I've watched movies that he's done, maybe I didn't realize that it was by him. We've had that issue before.
Yeah, it's not specifically that he's done that move before, but his way of directing is very, very stylized.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, he's kind of the grandfather of like the modern action movie. Before him, action didn't really have a style. I mean, like we said, he kind of created... He created the modern action movie with movies like The Killer and Hard Boiled. And that's why he actually broke through into Hollywood.
The only two movies I know I've seen by him are Face Off and Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah.
But I can't remember like them. I never watched them going like, oh, I think I've seen a movie by this director before.
No, but if you watch, like I said, if you watch specifically, like if you take the two biggest ones, Killer and Hard Boiled, and you compare
The Killer
them
from '89.
Yes. And you compare that then to his earliest Hollywood stuff like Hard Target, Broken Arrow, and compare that to Face Off, which you have seen, and Mission Impossible 2, you'll see that there's a definite style. You can recognize, like, yes, this is a John Woo movie.
Okay.
And there was some of that in here, but there was also like some new stuff he was doing, and that's cool. It was very stylized.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's the thing. The style didn't really like it wasn't.
It wasn't consistent.
Consistent, that's the word. Yeah, you had short moments where you had some style, and then there was just, regular movie. Really.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe unlike Scorsese, he's not becoming more and more creative. Maybe he's actually like slowing down a little bit, which is fair.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
It's old.
Yeah.
And maybe, I don't know, because I'm looking at his directing list. It seems like he did a lot of he's done a lot of Chinese movies since the last American stuff, which was in like early 2000s.
Yeah, because he had he had some bad luck. He made the absolutely horrendous movie Paycheck in 2003, which kind of soured his career here in Hollywood. So he kind of went back to Hong Kong. Well, China, Hong Kong. Hong Kong is a sovereign state.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now, but that was the thing. That's why this was so cool. Like, he's coming back to Hollywood to make a big Hollywood movie, like like Face Off and Mission Impossible 2 again. But then this is no Face Off.
No.
Oh, no.
Not even Mission Impossible 2.
No, I don't think so. I don't even like Mission Impossible 2. Oh God.
I'm curious though, because he has an upcoming in production movie called The Killer.
Yeah, it's probably.
I wonder if it's a remake. An American version or something. I hope not.
I hope not. Yeah.
You know what? I might keep an eye on that, because then I have a reason to watch the original even more.
Yeah. Speaking of, for the Patreon companion piece of this, I think we should watch either The Killer or Hard Boiled, because those are just two big ones, before Face Off, I suppose.
The Killer technically is a higher score.
Yeah, I prefer The Killer, but Hard Boiled is like the one everyone talks about, even though I think The Killer is better.
Hell, I even recognize the main character, the main actor in
well, yeah, it's Chow Yun-fat. You've seen him in a bunch of movies. Yeah,
Inspector Tequila Yen.
Yeah. So yeah,
in Chinese, by the way.
Huh?
Is it in Chinese?
Yeah, it's shot in Hong Kong, so they speak Chinese, Mandarin. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
He's a foreign director. It's world cinema, Rebecca.
Yeah, no, I'm no issue with that. Obviously.
No, I'm just saying.
I mean, okay, he's the same. It's the same actor in The Killer. I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
I couldn't see his face on the posters.
It was one of Tarantino had. Well, he has a bunch of people, but you have your
this was his actor. Yeah.
I think Chow Yun-fat is in the Better Tomorrow movies as well. I think. Either way, now we're just babbling on.
Yeah, we'll do one of those for the Patreon. So check out Patreon if you want to find out which one.
Yeah, patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. And for next week.
Yes, I'm not sure how we're doing with the Christmas theme this year because there are 2 movies coming out next week that we kind of want to talk about, I think, and they're not Christmas themed.
Which ones?
Wonka and Aquaman.
Oh, Wonka is very Christmas.
Oh, that's true. I guess it is.
If you looked at it a little bit, it's very Christmas.
The original, or the old one with Johnny Depp is also a bit Christmas because it takes place at Christmas.
That's cute. Yeah, sure.
It is old.
Yeah, but the old one is the one from the 70s.
I know, there's an even older one.
Yeah.
Did you say that's cute?
It's funny that your generation thinks that Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is the old one.
No, yeah.
I'm kidding.
Kind of. We're
I'm
kind
only
of the
4
same
years
generation.
older than you. Yeah, I know. We are the same generation.
But yeah, so we have...
And then, Aquaman is not Christmas themed, I don't think.
Not
but that doesn't come out until the 20th, so...
It's like the 16th, I think, on our on the app.
Okay. All right.
Unless they've changed it.
On the posters, I'm pretty sure it says the 20th.
19th. Sorry, 19th.
Okay, yeah. So
never mind then.
Yeah. Or we'll do a Christmas classic like Die Hard. Maybe we're doing action Christmas movies.
We might save Aquaman for early next year or something. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll do
so we'll
one
see.
of those. But that's
we have a couple of movies that we haven't really had time to talk about anyway, so.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening.
Yes.
Like I said, check out patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. Or really only, if you're watching this on YouTube, which most of our audience is on YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment. That really helps with the algorithm, I understand.
Yes.
And if you want to see more, subscribe. If you're listening to any other platform, check us out on YouTube, why don't you?
Yeah.
And we will see you in the next episode. But until then, have a good one.
Bye.
The Spoilercast is part of Please Don't Make a Scene. It is produced and directed by Tobias Vedén and hosted by Tobias Vedén and Rebecca Vedén. Executive producer is Annika Vedén. I also want to give a huge shout out to all our patrons over on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. Christopher Billén, Daniel Gaiso, Mom, Dad, Laura Kinney, and Zika85.